part of that is you have to be prepared for it, right?
Yes.
So the opportunity was there, but if I didn't have the money,
Mm-hmm.
because instead of saving money, had I been spending it on maybe frivolous stuff or stuff that wasn't, that made sense, I would have had the capital to invest in a company like that. So I was prepared. So, like you said, it's not luck, but luck actually is, when opportunity meets preparation, right?
Absolutely.
So I was prepared, and that's the story. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
Man, dig it.
You know what I'm saying? So that's
now, well, with that right there though, like the notion of you not going and balling out, because again, you said you came from Richmond and you had basically, it sounds like it was a blessing to see both sides of the track, so to speak. Like you saw to the left, some challenges, but then you saw to the right possibility, right? Where in you gave you that inspiration, even in the midst of kind of the come up with investment banking and all of that, to keep yourself ready from a capital perspective versus just balling out and saying, you know what, I'm just gonna floss, and because you could have just.
Oh yeah. I mean, listen, don't get me wrong. I absolutely believe in enjoying your life and spending money and whatnot, but in a focused and intentional way. And I was always, even as a young man, I got to where I am, I think now, because I was interested in making a lot of money. I didn't really know why. But I was interested in making a lot of money, and there was a pathway to that, and I pursued that pathway. But I didn't do it, man, because I had people in my life. A very good friend of mine, Rob Crawford. We were living in Charlotte together, and I remember he graduated from HBS, and I remember he said he got his first bonus check, and he paid off his debt. He paid off all of his school debt, student loans. I was like, wow, that's deep. And so when I came out, the first thing I started doing was stacking chips to pay off all my debt, so that I wouldn't have any debt, including mortgages. So I just saved my money, and like Rob, I paid off my student loan, and then I continued to save, and then I had this Zappos opportunity, and I invested the first $50,000, which, by the way, turned into like $3 million. And then I invested a total of about $500,000 of my own money in the company. So it was just, I was very deliberate and thoughtful around being, not flossing. And, all my cars have been, used and older cars, not like 2 or 3 years old, but 10. I don't think I've ever owned a car that was in the same decade of, the year I was buying it. So I've always, now it might've been a Porsche, but it was still an older Porsche or whatever.
Dude, hold on, stop.